Good morning. We begin today, November 3rd, with growing concerns over the federal government shutdown, now entering its fifth week, and its severe impact on millions of low-income Americans as winter approaches. A critical federal program that helps families with home heating costs is now at risk. The Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, known as LIHEAP, provides approximately $4.1 billion in annual funds to help 5.9 million households heat and cool their homes, manage energy crises, and make minor energy-related home repairs. With temperatures dropping across the country, state officials are now cautioning that these vital funds are being delayed by the shutdown, leaving vulnerable families to face the cold without the support they rely on. This comes as these same households are grappling with the sudden halt of another essential service. Benefits from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, have also lapsed due to the shutdown. The program, commonly known as food stamps, provides food assistance to 41 million Americans every year, and its suspension has created widespread uncertainty and hardship. However, as millions struggle with the loss of these benefits, the SNAP program itself has come under intense fire from the administration. In an interview with Fox News on Sunday, Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins labeled the program a broken and corrupt program. Secretary Rollins stated that the Trump administration is working to get the program restarted, but highlighted what she described as rampant fraud and mismanagement. According to the Secretary, thousands of cases of illegal benefit use have been discovered, and dozens of individuals have been arrested for SNAP-related fraud. She also noted that thousands of deceased individuals were found to still be receiving benefits. Adding to the controversy, Rollins revealed that 21 states have refused to comply with a request from the Department of Government Efficiency to hand over data. The department is seeking this data to determine whether illegal immigrants are receiving SNAP benefits, a point of major contention between federal and state authorities. The administration insists that rooting out such fraud is a prerequisite for restoring and reforming the program, but critics argue these accusations are a distraction from the immediate crisis caused by the shutdown. While the shutdown highlights deep divisions in Washington, a closely watched election in Virginia is set to test the political mood of the nation tomorrow. In the final weekend, before the November 4th gubernatorial election, both parties made their closing arguments to voters. For Republicans, the race is about building on the current administration's policies. At a rally in Purcellville, Governor Glenn Youngkin stumped for the Republican candidate, Notamandali Wankaralantrendi, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. Youngkin framed the choice for voters as a clear one, saying, "We can choose to either go down the right fork, where there's light, or the left fork, where there's dark." He defined the right path as one guided by common sense, conservative values. The rally took place in Loudoun County, a region that has become a fierce political battleground and a symbol of the suburban voter base both parties are trying to win. For Democrats, the election is being framed as an opportunity to send a message to Washington and a chance to defy President Donald Trump's agenda. They argue that the Republican platform is out of step with the majority of Virginians. As a perennial swing state, the Aurora Wayne Sourains are. The Virginia governor's race is often viewed as a national bellwether, offering a crucial early reading of the electorate's sentiment ahead of future federal elections. The results tomorrow will be scrutinized for clues about the political landscape heading into the next cycle. President Trump's agenda was also front and center on the national stage this weekend, following a wide-ranging interview on CBS's 60 Minutes that aired Sunday. In it, the president drew a firm line on the escalating technology competition with China, stating he would not permit the sale of America's most advanced semiconductor chips to the country. Specifically, when asked if the U.S. chipmaker NVIDIA would be allowed to sell its flagship Blackwell series chips to Chinese firms, the president's response was unequivocal. "No, we won't do that," Trump said, adding, "We will not let anybody have them other than the United States." The interview was taped on Friday. The president argued that the United States is currently winning the race to develop artificial intelligence, but that allowing China to acquire these state-of-the-art chips would provide it with an equal advantage in that competition. The Blackwell chips are considered the engines of modern AI, providing the immense computational power needed to train and operate the most sophisticated artificial intelligence models. This decision marks a significant escalation in the so-called chip war, a long-running U.S. strategy to use export controls to slow China's technological and military progress by restricting its access to critical high-tech components. The move signals the administration's commitment to protecting America's technological supremacy, even at the cost of significant revenue for U.S. companies. Finally, the administration also moved to clarify its position on another critical national security issue: nuclear weapons readiness. The clarification follows President Trump's social media post on October 29th, in which he stated he had instructed the Department of War to begin testing nuclear weapons on an equal basis with tests conducted by adversaries. That announcement raised international alarm over a potential end to the decades-long global moratorium on explosive nuclear testing. However, in a Fox News interview that aired Sunday, Energy Secretary Chris Wright stated that no nuclear explosions will take place. Secretary Wright explained that the activities ordered by the president are what are known as system tests, or non-critical explosions. He described these as tests that use conventional explosives to assess the non-nuclear components of a weapon, ensuring they can create the precise conditions or geometry required to initiate a nuclear chain reaction, but without actually starting one. This process, also known as subcritical testing, allows scientists to gather vital data on the safety, security, and reliability of the nation's nuclear stockpile without violating the international taboo on explosive testing. The clarification suggests the U.S. intends to adhere to the spirit of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, which it has signed but not ratified. The move appears to be a calibrated response, designed to signal strength and readiness in the face of testing activities by other nations, while stopping short of resuming the full-scale nuclear detonations of the Cold War era.